The biggest one-day increase in worldwide Covid-19 cases, says the WHO. Cyclone Amphan, one of the most powerful South Asian storms for decades, killed at least 15 people in Bangladesh. The UK's long-delayed virus tracing system, the Prime Minister says it will take another 10 days. As many countries around the world begin to emerge from weeks of lockdown, the World Health Organization is warning that the crisis is far from over. The WHO says there's been a huge spike in new coronavirus cases. This was the WHO Director General speaking in Geneva.
In the last 24 hours, there have been 106,000 cases reported to WHO, the most in a single day since the outbreak began. Almost two-thirds of these cases were reported in just 4 countries.
Well, those 4 countries are the United States, Russia, Saudi Arabia and Brazil. The number of cases in Brazil alone is more than 270,000, with officials warning that the country is nowhere near the peak. It comes as the nation's government authorised the use of controversial anti-malaria drugs to fight Covid-19, 2 days after President Trump claimed he was taking them too. More generally, you can see the number of infections worldwide is rising steadily. Johns Hopkins University warns that the world is heading towards 5 million total infections from Covid-19. Most European nations have been grappling with the mammoth task of reopening countries to tourists whilst remaining safe. Greece has said it plans to start its tourist season on June the 15th, with international flights operating from the 1st of July. France currently allows only essential travel from abroad. It hasn't said when its foreign tourist ban will be lifted, but many beaches are now open, with sunbathing still banned. And Spain has started loosening its restrictions on a region-by-region basis. In Italy, beaches, restaurants and bars will gradually open from June, along with all airports.
European countries puzzle over reopening tourism. We meet the hoteliers hoping to salvage the season.
The balance between welcoming visitors back here and the risk of a second wave is what Italy and every other country is now trying to strike.
Protests in Peru. Health workers tackling Covid-19 demonstrate over a lack of personal protective equipment.
International flights to popular tourist spots in Greece will resume from the middle of June, according to the country's Prime Minister. The announcement came as EU tourism ministers agreed to do whatever it takes for the quick and full recovery of European tourism. Greece has been praised for its handling of the pandemic, recording 166 coronavirus-related deaths and just over 2,800 confirmed cases.
The head of the World Health Organization has warned there's still a long way to go before the coronavirus pandemic is over. He made the remarks as the UN agency reported more than 100,000 new infections, the biggest rise in a single day.
2 drugs used to prevent malaria are being trialled at hospitals in Brighton and Oxford to see whether they could be used to treat coronavirus. Hydroxychloroquine, along with chloroquine, will be given to more than 40,000 healthcare workers from around the world who've been in contact with Covid-19 patients. Earlier this week, President Trump drew criticism from doctors after announcing he was taking the drug as a preventative measure.